What is going on, guys? So today I thought I'd just take you through my current analysis for gold, as I am seeing a few potential very clean zones that we could go from. So if we get straight into the analysis now. However, before we start getting into the analysis on gold, we're going to go through DXY first, as obviously gold and DXY normally have a negative correlation. So we can always look at DXY as an extra confluence on the trade as for our directional bias. So we see what I've marked up here. DXY at the moment is obviously very bullish. After we had originally tapped into this demand zone here, we took out this liquidity here. Price then came up, failed to hold this area of supply, came back down, wicked out the low, and then began to sort of break this internal downtrend here, failing to hold this area of supply, and then ever since it's just been shooting up. Personally now, I think that this high here is weak since it failed to put in a new low, and normally when you see something like this where you get price fail to make a new low, the original low on the left has been wicked out, you normally see the high taken. What I also noticed was that we look a bit left, we have this very nice supply zone up here at around the 106 level, which took liquidity to the left this imbalanced area, and is just a very clean buy to sell candle in my opinion. We had this one buy candle here, and then this candle immediately after engulfed it, leaving that nice bit of inefficiency for price to come up and fail later on. Currently, you can see that price is still very bullish and has this sort of very efficient trend where we're printing lower lows, lower highs, coming back, retesting demand, and then continuing to the upside. One thing we could see at the moment, price is sort of trading within this area of supply. So we could see potential short-term sells from this level, perhaps to take out this 103.9 level. But overall, I am bullish on DXY and see it trading all the way up to this 106.5 sort of level. So that's it for DXY. I only really look at this for my directional bias, so that it aligns with my biases on the USD pairs. So as for gold now, we start on the daily time frame. This gray box here was an area of supply to the left, which was created during the Russian-Ukraine war news back in March last year. As you can see, price came into it, wicked it out, and then ever since it has been creating lower lows and breaking past the areas of demand. Most significantly, we've had a major break of structure when price broke below this low here, which was the most recent higher low within the overall macro higher time frame trend. Also, we did fail to hold this area of demand just below. As you see, we got a little bit of a reaction from it, which I did actually manage to catch as a short-term intraday move, but ultimately we then broke below it just here, and that is the reason why I see gold trading a bit lower. Currently, we're just kind of hanging around this sort of level, which in my opinion is quite insignificant and unlikely to cause a trend reversal. So I have confidence that gold will definitely make a bearish leg, one more bearish leg lower before any bullishness continues. Obviously, it also may just continue to the downside as well. So before I go into the sell side, I just want to mention that we have this area here, which I definitely be wary of. So if price comes into this level, it could definitely reverse in my opinion. This is a very clean level which created this huge imbalance candle. This wasn't news either, so it is likely to hold. We have this inducement area above it, and it also took out some liquidity. So if gold is to resume its bullish trend, I see it coming to this level. If this level breaks, then gold will probably come and take out this 1804 area of liquidity below. So we'll have to monitor this level, but that would be my first target for the sell positions anyway. So now if we just focus on this piece of price action here and what the current trend is doing, Marking out the current break of structure, this was the most recent low that was taken out. We've now printed this lower low and the lower high here. So what we're waiting for now is for gold to retrace before then giving us that next bearish leg of the trend. This area here is an area of supply where I see price coming towards. And if we do manage to trade towards this area, then I'll be looking for a confirmation entry to go short down into this 1900 level. Other confluences I have for this zone, we took out this liquidity to the left. You can see price was reacting from this area of supply. We had 2 taps of it and price made its way down. Price then came back, gave a small reaction from this supply, and then came up, wicked out the early sellers, and then impulsively moved back down, breaking this structure, and also crucially breaking this major trend structure just here. We also have this point of liquidity just below. You can see that price has engineered these, they're almost equal highs, sort of trend line highs actually. But either way, we have a lot of stops above this zone. So more than likely, I see price coming up and taking out this area. You could also say this is an area of supply. However, due to that liquidity above, I'd be very hesitant to take trades at this level. And I think more than likely price will trade a little bit further up into this area of supply before we get any meaningful trades to the downside. So overall, my outlook would be something like this. Maybe we'll get like a small push down from this area to induce the early sellers, enticing them into the market. And then we will most likely come up and take that. And then I'll be looking for a pattern like this, where we go from printing higher lows and higher highs to lower lows and lower highs. And yeah, that is basically my outlook for gold. If you guys want to actually copy all of the trades that I take and get constant updates for when I'm looking at potential trades and all of the zones that I'm looking at, I will leave a link to the description. I'll leave a link in the description below to my signals group, where all trades are sent as limit orders, so you always get the same entries as me. I'll also leave a link to my mentorship group down there as well, where I send my analysis every single morning. I also break down every trade that I take in a more in-depth format as compared to YouTube. So yeah, if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. But I will catch you guys in the next video.